Hello. How's everybody doing out there? Talking shit Tuesday has been around for 5 years. Ever since the beginning of the modern podcasting car guy era. You talk about Goharts, you talk about the Street, I forget the name, whatever podcast. You have started to see Cooper, Spaghetti, and all these other people all of a sudden start to do podcast live stream style shows. And I literally invented this format in the car space where we talk car guy stuff. Well, on March 9th, 2025, 1320 Video decided to go to war with the Emory. That's right, kiddos. 1320 Video literally named their new podcast Talking Shift. So I got sent this over the weekend. Hey, did you see this? Did you see that 1320 Video and his pole smoking buddies are out there literally calling their podcast Talking Shift? No, I wasn't aware of anything. I was just chilling. I saw it. I didn't care, right? This was my first, actually, let me not get ahead of myself. I'll talk about my reaction when I found out that 1320 Video basically ripped off the name of the show. Oh, it's not the same because we don't spell it the same. Dude, it's been talking shit for 5 years. Ripped it off, and then apparently the Emory preemptively went in there, prompting Kyle Loftus to text me. And we'll read those texts, and we'll see what's going on. We'll also talk about Texas 2K25. They're going strong over there, running. Track is hot, lot of spin, a lot of the big power cars aren't getting down, but we'll talk about what to look out for, the classes, we talk about that. We talk about another recall for Ford, but not before Mr. Bill O'Reilly tells us to do, where the fuck is it? Are they going to have a soundboard too on 1320? We'll fucking weirdos.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
It does suck, but you know what doesn't suck? This show, the originator of the Car Guy podcast style shit talking, brought to you by PMAS, Nick James and PMAS, the best cooler intakes on the planet. Nobody else matters. Fuck any other cold air intake. You're not gonna copy this show. You're not gonna copy the name and think you can get away with it. The Emory has awoken. DNAP Performance, DNAPperformance.com, DNAP Performance. You're gonna go there to get your parts. Wheels, tires, cranking pallets, fuel systems, you name it, injectors, anything new you want to buy, you go to DNAPperformance.com, partsfarm.com, Parts Farm, you're going to get your used parts there. You're going to get your used parts there. You're going to get a cranking pallet, a rolling chassis, fender, lights, interior parts, quarter panels, bumpers, you name it, partsfarm.com. Two Auto Solution, Rami's on the Two Auto Solution, another Emory sponsor. We're going to make sure we got everyone stocked up for this war. Two Auto Solution, Puerto Rico, Rolling Dolo, getting your car, late model car, done in Puerto Rico. And finally, we'll talk about Bellac Industries. If you like everyone to know that you sell drugs and you don't care, and you want everyone in Miami to know you sell drugs, you get yourself a set of Bellac lug nuts and Bellac wheels. We'll say hi to the people here, and we'll talk about the war that has been waged on the Emory. That's why I'm wearing my greens today, because I'm like Zelensky. I'm like Zelensky. I am in war mode. Everywhere as I go, it's wars. Are you going to feel it when it comes into your shores? You're going to feel it. I am now in war mode. I am the general, and everyone looks to me for guidance. And can I get some money? My wife needs to buy Bugatti Chiron. Please give me more money. Money 540 Nick, Douchetown Clean 93GT, Michael Weatherby, Z03 Camzilla, Stuart D, Chief Corey, Frank Donahue, Douchetown 101 RTR, CJM, Michael Weatherby, Joe Swish, Clint Stroke, Stuart D, Michael Weatherby, Big Pops, Dixon, Anthony Dixon, 225 Valley 10 Speed, Michael, Matt Oliver, The High Ground 66, Robo Style, Blue Thunder, D-Rock, Fox, Wesley Stewart, Joe Reyes, Mustang Dennis, Exxon, Double Dog, Vegas 50, Phil Fez, Predator, GT500, EPA in the house. It says F1320 all day. And we got FWR, we got FKA, and now we got F1320, hashtag F1320 everywhere. Mark Christensen, EPA, Six Suki, D-Rox Fox, El Verga, Larga, Jamponano, Nazo, Jude, Donkey Mac, Lee, JD Ryder, Alex C. Gomez, whatever, EPA, Joseph Lacey, SVT, mile per hour. It's just a spick. JD, Thunder Biscuit, Boosted, and Lee. And Coca-Cola, the Sinaloa Cartel, The Life of Big Ounce, William R., Anti-Semitic Kanye West, and Bryson Witt, F1320. So let's talk about what transpired a couple of days ago. A couple of days ago, I was just chilling in bed with my hand down my pants, rubbing my cock, right before I'm going to go to bed. You know, you got to rub one out, feel good. And then someone sends me screenshots of this shit right here. Alex, did you hear that 1320 has a podcast with Kyle and his lover and two other guys just hanging out there talking car guy stuff? I go, no, I'm not even aware. So I didn't really pay too much mind. I go, okay, I guess they're, trying to glom off of the SEO. Because again, if I have hashtagged talking shit, like Talking Shit Tuesday, Talking Shit is the show. Peasant Chat was for poor people. YDBT Daily is for Thursdays. But generally, Talking Shit is the show. That is the hashtag. I have hashtag Talking Shit for many, many years. So I didn't really think too much of it. I didn't really get after it. I was just kind of like, oh, well, they're just trying to glom off of the SEO. Right? Because if you hashtag certain things, the algorithm picks it up. It shares it to like-minded people, car guys in the car space. So talking shift and talking shit are like right there. And I put two little letters on the end, but talking shit has been hashtag forever, Talking Shit Tuesday. So then I get a text. Now, I don't get texts anymore. There's maybe 4 people that have my number. Senior, Junior, Ryan, and Jake. Everyone else either hits me up on WhatsApp or Instagram or Facebook, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. So this is what I get from Kyle Loftus himself. What's up, Alejandro? Right there, he don't know me, right? What's up, Alejandro? It's Kyle Loftus, 1320 video. We launched our first podcast today named Talkin' Shift. We weren't aware that you had a similarly named podcast until your fans started commenting on the video. I don't want you to think we copied you intentionally. So that means you copied me. Maybe not intentionally, but you copied me. We spoke with a group that used to have Talking Shift podcast that was inactive, meaning no one gave a fuck about it. No one watched it. And we got permission from them before we started filming. Okay. So then I said, very simply, let me see. A name change would be appreciated. I didn't force anything. I literally said, and I have the screenshots. I'll share the screenshots. A name change would be appreciated, as I've had my live stream for over 5 years. And it's probably the only consistent live stream that is car related at all. It's been named Talking Shit, hashtag Talking Shit, for 5 years. This is his reply. I don't see the need to change it. They aren't the same name. You edit yours because it's a curse word. Talking Shit podcast versus Talking Shit live stream on Tuesdays. That was his reply, meaning no. Now, the right thing to do, Kyle, is ask your boyfriend for permission and then say, what do you think we should do? Because this guy has had an established podcast or live stream, same shit, for 5 years, and he has hashtagged it all over YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I think we should call it something else because it's our first show. We haven't established a corner in the market of the live streaming market at all. Like nobody waits for a weekly wrap up of your show. If they did, they would probably wait to go to sleep because I can't imagine what information is going to come out of a podcast from guys that film other cars. So then you would have thought that the right thing to do was, we'll talk it. We'll say shifting gears. Shifting gears podcast 1320 something, right? Talk it over with your boyfriend. And no, he said, I don't see the need to change it. So I said, okay, if that's how you want to handle it, that's good. Well, this is the problem, right? I have a bunch of rogue agents out there. Okay. I don't have control of these motherfuckers. Do you think I control Nardi Mercado? Nardi Mercado literally brought down 2 parts companies by himself from the sleeper cab of his truck. Do you understand This son of a bitch, literally in the sleeper cab of his truck, took down the whole S650 narrative, the whole S650 pump gas narrative, made people get to their knees and cry about the S650 pump gas game. I'll tell you another one of my sleeper agents, Slow 99. Slow 99 probably knows right now where I am. He probably has a camera outside. He is CIA type level shit. The dude is psychotic. I say, hey man, I gotta find out some shit about this guy. Boom, within 3 minutes, he has their social, he has their girlfriend's name, he has who the fuck has liens on their business. So this is what I'm gonna do, okay? I'm not gonna declare war today. Today is not the day. But let it be known, I have ridiculous people that I have zero control of, okay? They're like, do you remember the movie Elysium? And the woman goes, okay, activate the asset. And there was this psychotic Australian just killing shit. And all he did was like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get this guy. And he would just destroy neighborhoods. It's like a sleeper cell, right? So these guys will virtually hashtag their way into every single one of your videos. And I'm like, I don't think I want that, because it takes a certain amount of energy to handle that, because I am the general, okay? This is the Emory for a reason. The Alex Emory does not fuck around, and I have zero control of them, but I don't want to have to do a coordinated effort. South African, said Mike H. I don't want it to do a coordinated effort. I don't want to have to go into the coffers. I don't want to have to go into the people that are in the war business, war hawks, to get involved, because it's only going to be great for this show. I mean, think about it. War is wonderful business. War, just the best things get created. World War II brought on more advancement than any other war on the planet. We started with horses. We ended with rockets and jets and atomic bombs. Again, I'm talking virtually. We're not going to physically go into war with anybody. But 1320 video, I would urge you to highly consider changing the name of your podcast to anything else but Talking Ship. If you don't, that's not a problem. That's really not a problem. I think it would be a big mistake on your part, because the ball's in my court, right? All I have to do is say, I don't have to do anything. I just have to tell them, I literally don't have to do anything. But if I tell them to stop, they will stop. But they are trained online mercenaries that will hashtag shit everywhere that it will be a problem. So let this be a shot across the bow, 1320 video, Kyle, and all the people involved. You will change the name of your podcast. If not, the Emory will go into war. And just to show the support of the Emory, do me a favor on the chat. Put a salute if you will be on the front lines. Hashtag it F1320 and getting after it. And you know what you got to do. You know what you got to do. Be people literally disrespect you on your phone and say, no, I don't see the need. I don't see the need to change it. Who the fuck are you, little channel? Who the hell are you, little channel? Because imagine if I started a video channel called F1320 Video. You and I know you will be hitting me up. So salute the captain. If you want to go to war, we're here for it. Look at the salutes. I'm telling you, it's going to be a problem. Do yourself a big favor. And please, please, please change the name, because they were the ones that told me. I have no control. They're all rogue agents. Okay, they were the ones that notified me. I had my hand down my pants on a Sunday, and they're already at the front lines ready to go. So shout out to the Emory. We might be going to war, but I will give them a warning, and this is their warning. Change the name. Or the hashtags. If I wake up the Nardi Mercado sleeper cell, because he's bored right now. Nardi Mercado's like, I need someone to fuck with. Right? And, y'all have more to lose than I do, because war comes to my doorstep. I salivate. I love that shit. Let's get after it. Fighting is what we do. So it'll be an interesting thing to see if people wise up, apologize to texting me those words, and go ahead and have a good life. And I call off the dogs. It'll literally be hold, and until I see, okay, how long should we give them, gentlemen? How long should we give them, whether I get a text or I get some kind of verification that they have changed the name? How long? Because the Emory, they're decentralized, okay? They're their own sleeper cells. So I want to make sure that the Emory lets me know how long should we give them and what kind of verification should we get on my phone, because you texted me. First of all, who the fuck gave you my number? That's what I want to know. Who the fuck thought it was cool to give this guy my number and have him text me, hey, we're sorry, we didn't purposely do this. I said, no big deal. As long as you change your name, we good. Now we ain't changing the name. Okay, Goofy, do your thing. All good. End of the week. You have until Friday before the last qualifier of TX2K to notify me that you will be changing the name of the podcast. If not, I don't have to do anything. They are already doing it. They already did it. They had a preemptive strike. I said, whoa. We got to address this on the stream. I don't know what's happening out there. I have uncoordinated stuff happening everywhere. So I want to make sure that everyone's on the same page. Right now, guys, we need to hold off. We need to make sure that nothing happens until I hear some verification that the name has to be changed and you move on to something else. I don't care if you made shirts. You know what you do with those talking shift shirts? You send them to where all the shitty shirts go. Africa, where they have currently Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl jerseys on kids walking miles to get some muddy water. So yeah, we have until the end of the week and they have been warned. Okay, we'll also talk about, check this out. Another Ford recall, gentlemen. This is just ridiculous. Not only is it a recall, it's a recall for the recalls. Ford recalls wide swath of its lineup to fix incorrect repairs prior to recall. So they're recalling the recalls for the Escape, Maverick, F-150, Super Duty, Expedition, whatever the hell a Corsair is, and the Navigator. I'm not going to read it, but basically what had happened is that the repairs for the recalls were just done. They were botched. So now they need to fix that situation. So I don't know what Ford needs to do, because you started to see that 2025 Mustang sales are shit. You've started to see that the recalls aren't being done and new recalls keep popping up. The Mustang isn't say, look, it's just a slow spiral of death that they're going through. And I'm absolutely blown away that these people don't get it yet, and you need a complete 180. You don't steer slowly away from the iceberg. You stop the ship, hard to port, hard to starboard, whatever the fuck you got to do, and stop this situation and reassess everything. Also, let's talk about Texas 2K a little bit, and then we can get back on the shenanigans. So Texas 2K is going on, and they're doing qualifiers already because they have roll racing happening. I think they learned their lesson, and I think they're doing a good job of giving you like 10 qualifiers. Like they started qualifying today, streetcar, DCT, and one class that really caught my eye, I'll be honest with you guys, I think it's called X98. X98 actually is a BMW or B58, S58, whatever class, like those motors. So you could have a M2, you could have a BMW, you could have a Supra. No, I think that's the A98 situation, so it might be weird. But it's mostly BMWs, and a lot of them are in the 8s. Big, full-size, four-door cars running 8s in that class. So that class is one to watch to see what's the up-and-coming platform that has been making waves for years now. And now, maybe they were around last year, but I didn't notice them. All of a sudden, I noticed them, and they have their own little class, and it'll be interesting to watch the X98 class if you're a BMW guy, and if you want to get up on game and see what's going on, and if you're at Texas 2K, check those cars out, because that is in my opinion, the up-and-coming platform. A lot of people keep saying, oh, the Mustang's so expensive. The BMW is more expensive, and they're actually getting after. So we can talk about recalls. We can talk about Texas 2K. Or we can talk about the up-and-coming potential war between this channel and 1320 Video. And trust me, 70,000 subs versus your 4 million, I will put my guys up against any of your guys because your guys are just casual fans. These guys pay money to watch me. They literally pay a monthly nut to watch me, and they will fill up the coffers. They will make me shirts. You don't think Rich Prince right now is looking to the legality of making F1320 shirts? You don't think richprince.com right now is looking into a crazy sale of F1320 shirts and coming up with cool little designs and making sure they don't get in trouble? Interesting stuff. We'll talk about it. Let's get to the paid stuff first, and then we'll get your comments on the up-and-coming potential apocalypse for 1320. Willie Marr gave me a $20 for supporting. Gotta drive 30 minutes now. TX2K shouting F1320. Telling you started a trend, guys. That text right there put you in. It didn't piss me off. I felt bad. I said, Lord have mercy. So imagine you're in Japan, right? And you're the emperor. And then, you're just like, okay, we're gonna make sure to protect the motherland. And okay, emperor, everyone's cool. No one's looking to, okay, cool. And then one day the emperor gets a message. Excuse me, emperor?
Yes?
And one of our captains decided to bomb Pearl Harbor. And the United States has declared war on us. Wait, what? Yeah, we bombed Pearl Harbor, and they're going to declare war on us. Why the fuck we do that? This is the exact equivalent of that happening. Can we get F1320 shirts so we can show up all the races they go to and be in every shot when they are recording? Interesting stuff. F1320 with a small 660 only print for the 8th mile guys. Gotta love it. Jackpot Jen is a mole. Who knows? Sup, gentlemen? Quavo Poppy. I don't know what happened there. Jackpot about to get a jackpot roast session on LCDLease.com. What did Jackpot say? Sarcasm of how that text sounds. Let me see what Jackpot. No. Jackpot. Didn't copy your name on purpose, bro, but not changing the name on purpose, bro. Hope you understand. Oh, no. He's being sarcastic. If you read it with sarcasm, didn't copy your name on purpose, bro, as if he's Kyle, but not changing the name on purpose, bro. Jackpot is acting as if he's Kyle. And that's exactly the right sentiment if I'm reading it properly. Hey, bro, I didn't mean to copy I had no idea who you were. I didn't mean to copy your name. And I like how it goes, I don't know who the fuck you are. Cool, that's fine. I was literally in one of your videos with the truck with VMP. So, but I'm not going to change it when you requested very nicely. I didn't say, bro, you better change the name or shit's going to happen. I said, literally, name change would be appreciated. And he was like, oh, yeah, no, we're not going to change it. I'm like, oh, cool story. This was a bad way of coming across a show you have no idea that these guys are psychotic. Like, they can I guarantee one day Slow 99 and Nardi Mercado will plan a coup. And they will take over the show. And it'll be the Nardi Mercado talking shit hour and Slow 99 as a co-host. You understand? So you have to keep a posture up because these motherfuckers, they might do a coup on your shit. You know what I'm saying? They're psycho. Don't touch our boats. Excuse me, Emperor. The Air Force got intercepted. 1320 will be forced to ask, what's that car's 69 foot as part of stipulations? Right now, you know why Japan is a great place to visit? Low-key racist. Because they got bombed, bro. They got bombed into compliance. They were acting up. They were doing crazy stuff. And then, poof, you good? No, we were still fighting them. Poof. Oh, shit. They got more than one of them? Yeah. Okay. We gonna make the best cars and, like, the craziest porn. But we not gonna do no more war. Unbelievable. 1320 sits the P, says FKA for life. 1320 shouldn't own 1320. Ask your boyfriend. Absolutely ask your boyfriend. Well, you think we don't know? Shit. He's sarcastic. Come on, guys. 660 video shirts. Nah, my bad. Bryson, wait, 100%. I was off the cuff. All good, brother. All good. Correct, Alex, is Jackpot Jen. He said it as if he was Kyle. So that's the problem, Jackpot Jen. there isn't a sarcasm button on this, so it's going to be a problem. Why even reach out if he's not going to change the name? 1320 Diddyos! 1320 Diddyos! Do you know who you're fucking with, 1320? Do you know how I built this show? You think I built it out being a nice guy? Bro. We fucked up. Yeah, we fucked up. Cletus, you probably gave him my number because Cletus, you're the only one that has my number out of that whole camp. Cletus, do me a favor. You're probably not watching, but you'll watch this on a replay and someone will tag you in it. Give Cal some advice. Give Cal some good advice because I can do this shit all day and my subs will go up. So I am trying to avoid violence. I am 47 goddamn years old. Still got a lot of energy in me. But, I'm trying to avoid the violence. But this guy wants to fuck with me. We get after it. No problem. This is why we're the Emory, goddammit. Our reading comprehension is not there. A risky play. Got to respect it. Sorry, Jackpot, says Grant Wimber. Don't be talking shit on Tuesday. It's not good for your health. Damn, and I just had gotten my 1320 AZ sticker on my car as well. I had to Google the number because I'm like, ain't no way someone's this stupid. Ain't no way someone's this stupid. I put it up on Patreon and y'all confirmed it. And I'm like, ain't no way somebody is that stupid to email me or message me not knowing what the show is about to then say, we're not going to change the name of the show. That's nothing like your show. It's Talking Shit. I say Talking Shit. Obviously, I can't spell Talking Shit on YouTube because it will just get taken out. That's obvious, right? Like, that, right? Like, I'm not stupid. But the fact that you're like talking shift. Oh, man. 1320 Diddyos. What a name. 1320 Diddyos with Puff. You can make a shirt. You can make a 1320 Diddyos. It's not videos. It's 1320 Diddyos. And you could have Puff Daddy and all greased up and Meek Mill in the background. You could have whatever you want. We'll sell the shit out of that shirt. Sorry, we're triggered right now. I want 1320 gone off the map. So when do we think M240 becomes the next Mustang GT? 2025 model dual injection, B58, all-wheel drive, runs 11's factory, and sub 4,000 pounds. I think the M2 is the one to get. Remember, I told you guys, if I'm going to get a Beamer, it'll be the M2. That is the notchback. That is the equivalent of a notchback in modern times. So I think it's just a matter of price and tunability, and if the price stays the same and doesn't go too much higher, you'll see a lot more of those on the road. I have your location pin, says D-Rock Fox. He literally reached out to tell you, my bad, but we're not changing it, by the way. I'll tell you the time. 9:43 p.m. Hand on my junk, sideways in bed, slowly. Just the bottom half, like where the top of the sack be. And I'm like, yeah, I'll go to bed. And what the fuck is this? What's up, Alejandro? It's 1320. We launched our phone. We weren't aware that you existed. Oh, I'm not going to change it. Fuck you. Oh, brother. This is just good for me. And $55,000. Deal, you should be a history teacher. It's crazy with all the car. Yeah. And that's when Pokemon was created. Gonna start manufacturing company named Ford. And then tell Ford, I'm not changing the name. 1320 said I'm good to go. Look. We all jest here, we all make fun, but there's a certain respect I give to certain people. Let's say for instance, I come up with a shtick and someone else reaches out to me or, hey man, you're literally doing this. I'd be like, my bad, shit, let me just change some stuff. I've literally done content where in editing, you're like, nah, this is too similar to this. And there's stuff that's just in the hard drive that I haven't aired because, when you look back, you're like, someone has already done this template. That's why you're not going to see me review cars because it's been done. It'll be a Doug DeMuro. It'll be a Dude in Blue. It'll just be dumb stuff. I want to do something different. And what I'm doing, I think, is different because I work for a tuning company and I have access to knowledge that the general person would not. And I speak to you as a lay person in that space. I'm not a racer. I'm not out there racing. I'm not out there doing dumb shit. I'm not out there trying to get rich from racing. I'm literally just a guy that tunes, and more, if anything, I'm more of a car enthusiast that knows some stuff, and I had this channel before I tuned for lunch, so there you go. He said he sensed you. Do you think that's what it was, Exxon Devil Dog? Do you think I summoned him by touching my junk? That might make sense. 1320 Didios says, to be fair, he probably had his hand on some junk too. That's what you started. You digging in me, daddy. I'm brand new at this. I'll do more research later when I get home, but would be a shame if 1320 receives a lot of money from Mitchell Marketing Group, aka Cletus's dad's conglomerate. Slow 99 is not to be trifled with. I said we have a hold until Friday. That does not mean you can't gather data. That it's no different than flying a U2 or a what is it called? The Billy Badass motherfucker. Oh god damn it! What's the stealth first stealth reconnaissance plane? I forget the name. What? Not the F-17. The Lockheed Nighthawk? No, what the hell is this? What's the big badass plane? The fastest one? The SR-71. Yeah, they're look, I can call the SR-71 and be like, bro, do some research, do some reconnaissance, but don't do nothing stupid, right? Don't do nothing stupid. Don't do no reconnaissance craziness. I mean, don't be dropping a bomb. Take a picture. Check this shit out. Check out that account. Check out that account. Because the way I look at it is y'all bombed y'all bombed a little bit of my land, right? And I asked you nicely to stop it. And you said no. So I'm giving you till Friday. And after Friday, do you know what I'm saying? I'm extremely glad Slow 99 and Nardi on our team. You don't understand. When you have a Nardi Mercado and a Slow 99, you don't even need a tank. It's just information. He's got a nice $1 million home in Omaha, Nebraska. No. We're not doing personal stuff. Let's make sure that we don't do that. We don't do personal stuff. If they want to post something and the Emory wants to go posting something, that's all good. But I'm not looking to do any personal attacks because they haven't personally attacked me. They just attacked the show. And that show belongs to the Emory. You two, the GOAT, Blackbird. Bro, fuck that. We're bringing that AC-130 B2 Stealth is a bad motherfucker. The Diddy Bomber is absolutely right.
Fuck that shit, man.
That clip is even funnier because of who we're talking about. Slow 99 got Reaper drones in the sky. Have you heard anything about something happening with Fore Innovations? They haven't fulfilled orders in several months and are not answering anyone. Okay, so that's a good, not a good segue, but it's a good thing to talk about. So a lot of people think I get paid by Fore Innovations because I only recommend Fore Innovations. No, the only reason I recommend Fore Innovations is because that's the only fuel system that seems to not have issues. Almost every other fuel system that I have personally tuned, seen, adjusted, installed even, has some inherent issues. Now, people would say, well, the bad thing about Fore Innovations is that their hat is open and it's prone to sloshing. You are correct. It is prone to sloshing. So that's why I say when you go racing, race with at least 3/4 tank of fuel so that the slosh effect is negated and keep it at over 3/4. Anything under a half, if you launch hard enough, it'll slosh back and you might have a momentary lean issue and you can have a motor literally eat itself if it's running hard enough and fast enough during that lean event to cause an issue. So I have heard that there have been delays, many delays in shipping, many delays. Now, where there's smoke, there's fire, but I don't know that that's the case here. I've worked in so many companies in my life, and when you see the internal workings of a company going out of business, you know the signs. I didn't know the signs when I was younger, right? I was like, okay, well, maybe we're just slow for a year. No, what happens is you're slow, you lose a contract or two, prices go up, you have trouble buying supply, you don't have enough margin in your product, and then slowly you just, whatever's on the shelf, you ship, and then once that stock is done, then you have to replenish, and you don't have either enough to replenish, or you don't source the materials properly, and it becomes an issue, and it's a cascading effect, basically. So if they're having trouble shipping, obviously you can reach out, say, hey, where the fuck are my orders? But where there's smoke, there's fire, so you plan accordingly. The AC-130 is a badass. Parker, I know they were moving locations, but still seems like the delays are a bit excessive. That could do it because Jacob Power by the Hour moved locations, and he did experience a little bit of, delay, but he did the smart thing. Jake, when he moved the business, he moved his office. So he is only doing IT, email, basically the clerical side of things at the new Stewart location. The shop was still rocking and rolling in West Palm. Then on the weekend, they moved the production stuff. And they already got set up. By Monday, they were set up and they were rocking and rolling on Monday. So maybe it's bad planning, but I've heard of these issues happening for a while. Diddy drones, EPA. Chill, EPA. Yeah, EPA's looking to fucking just stick it all the way in. Speaking of the EPA, did you hear about Lee Zeldin? I'm not going to show the clip because he's a boring talker. But basically, he's saying, we're going to cut 60% of staff and budget. 60% of staff and or budget. That is music to my ears. And what I hope happens is in a retroactive effect that the EPA slowly but surely rolls back some of the regulations that did not go through Congress, because no bureaucracy can make up a rule and enforce the rule without the authorization of Congress. EPL is a whole doxer in this motherfucker. Now that's what you call on brand. 1320 video watching like shook as cook. One thing about 1320 video is this. You're not cut out for this. And I know this. I just look at you guys and I'm like, you are not cut out. Maybe legally you got some lawyer that might send me a letter and shit like that. Do you think I give a fuck about any of that? Because I'm not the one that's infringing or anything. I literally have had a show. People say, Alex, you should have copyrighted it. Look, if you establish a brand that's good enough, I don't think you need to copyright or trademark talking shit. You know, because if somebody else starts with a Joe Rogan podcast and his name happens to be Joe Rogan, he has $1 billion business. That's a completely different thing. This is, you know, a six-figure business a year, but it's run by one person. So it's all, you know, comes to me. But I have to run it, produce it, edit it, all that stuff. So, of course, when somebody then just takes the name, I wasn't going to trip. I wasn't going to do anything until I got that text of him saying, stole your name, but I don't think I really stole your name, even though it's exactly the same and it's the same style. Oh, Alex, you nicely requested for it to be changed. No, we're not going to do that because it's not even the same. Okay, gotcha. Nope, not a problem. I will wear green every show until we win the war. You understand? Or until Papi Trump tells me, hey, shut the fuck up. We're going to cut off the money unless you fucking, oh, okay, no problem. Because Europe didn't give a shit. Hey, Craig Walls. Hey, everybody, been busy for the last week, but checking in for the rest of the show. Craig Walls, are you part of the Emory? Because Craig Walls is a racer. You know what I'm saying? Do you consider yourself part of the Emory? Do you? I need to. What is it called when you have an oath? Yeah, let me let me see. Oath. The Army takes. The Army takes. Let me see. What is the? Okay. Here's the oath. The U.S. Army Oath of Enlistment is: I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Emory of Yola Douchebag, YDBT, against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear the true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I will obey the orders of the President of the Emory and the orders of the officers appointed over me, Nardi, Slow 99, EPA, Bryson Witt, Man Dipsing, YouTube Corp and Free Speech, according to the regulations of the Uniform Code of the YDBT doctrine or whatever the fuck. So help me God. Look, I think it's going to be a very interesting couple of weeks because the pressure is going to be put on and maybe they won't even notice it. Maybe it's a blip on the radar. But one thing you know about looking at people like that, they're not cut out for this. They're not cut out for potential drama. They're not cut out for, what pressure. Some people you just know are not cut out for pressure. And when you see those guys, depends on what kind of pressure, huh?
Fuck that shit, man. Fuck that.
What a gift. Thank you, guys. Thank you for taking the oath of the Emory. Everyone puts up their hand. See, I have psychos here. See, all you need to do is watch this show. I have psychotic people here that will follow what we do. But if Rich Prince can come up with something, let's give them a shout out. richprince.com/YDBT. If somehow something here comes up that doesn't have legal issues and does not put Rich Prince in any kind of issue, and some kind of shirt shows up there. Not only will I do giveaways, but this is supporting the war effort. Remember back in the World War II or something, or World War I, they say, you know, you got to give up some of the copper so we can make, you know, bullets and shit. And they sold bonds. You know, you want to support the Emory? Become a member, join the Patreon, buy a shirt. And then we will have enough ammunition, not literal ammunition, but enough money to be able to support the war effort. Everyone's raising their hands. Shaving head and channeling private pile. Some people are bitters, some biters, biters. I said bitters. Some people are biters, some are fighters. Do they know Mike H works only part-time and has free time to come at them? Mike H makes so much money. Look, I have a Nardi Mercado, I have a Slow 99, Mandip Singh, JD Swag, Bryson Witt built a GT500 in his garage. These guys are psycho. And Mike H is probably the sleeper cell of all sleeper cells. He works 39.5 hours. Like, he comes in at 8:01 and leaves at 4:59. Like, psychotic. I got people like that on my team. What the fuck do you have? Huh? Psycho. The Emory doesn't discriminate. Any ninja can get it. If you're not wearing their swag, they don't even look at you at the track. 1320 isn't for racing. It's for how many seconds he lasted with Diddy. Oh my goodness. I love it. This is great. Israel says, imagine not knowing something didn't exist, but having access to someone close enough to give them the number, or knowing who Lund Racing is. See, let's stop there. And I appreciate it, Israel. Let's not bring Lund into this. Let's not make this a Lund thing. Lund is Lund. I work for Lund. This is not a Lund thing. Now, does Lund have my back? Absolutely. But this is not a Lund thing. Let's make there's a separation of powers here, okay? Lund is my employer. But if they want to get involved, that's cool, but I don't want them to get involved. This is the Emory. The Emory was directly attacked. This isn't NATO. This isn't like Yugoslavia got bombed and then we have to support them because we're part of NATO. This is a direct attack on the homeland. This is literally DC. This is literally New York City. Came after the name and said in a text, I don't know who you are, but I got your number. We're going to go ahead and like not change the name. So fuck you, buddy, and see you later. I'm like, oh, if that's how you want to play it. Oh, good. Those mics be smelling like cock. Mike H, 39-hour week. Don't forget the special ops agent Turvy. Holy, do you guys understand who you're fucking with? You have no idea what we have on our team. We have this
more
psycho.
polished.
Guys, look.
The reason that I am going
look
to
at
great
this.
lengths.
He put a 45-degree radiator in a car that doesn't run, has a sideways mounted MAV sensor in a 6-cylinder, the pony stopping the airflow. Do you think he'll pause for a second to cause online damage? He went out of his way and murdered a 2-valve, like the most innocent thing on the planet. Look, he's pointing at it, and if you saw this guy is just an absolute psycho. Do you imagine that's the last thing you see because you fucked with the Emory? Could you imagine this thing? Hey, I heard you. Hey, I heard you stole the name and you texted him and you said that you didn't want to change it back. I don't think that's a good thing. Maybe it's very smart of you to change the name.
I mean, I'm slowly inching my way closer to that.
This guy, he's got a cutoff. He's got a vest. He's got a Cuban link that's probably green around his neck. That 5 o'clock shadow, he's ready. He is war ready. Do not fuck with Turvy out there racing. He's building a 352. Don't forget, he's building a 352. That guy don't play. You can just see that guy don't play. That shit look like Mad Max Road Warrior. I knew this show was going to be fun when I saw that message. Guys, you got to understand. When I saw that message, I couldn't sleep. I could not sleep. I went, yee! A war? All right. This is going to be awesome. You don't want Turvy breathing down your number 2 neck. Turvy might be the first interviewed on the 1320 podcast. Isn't the majority of the Emory former LMM people quite possibly the dumbest mounted radiator? He looks at it and the bolts fall. The face. The face of a killer. What the hell is with that Cage? Oh, Turvy was not lying. Cage, built by Ray Charles. Did Turvy graduate to Walls? The last thing you see. The last thing you see. Don't forget F-Cam Rizzy, too. You can make a 5.0 small block Ford chop harder than John Force's 500 cubic inch Nitro Hemi. Let's talk about that. And I have... See, our SEAL Team 6 gets their own shirts. You know what I'm saying? Some guy named Rizzy heard the Silver Surfer chopping, and he said, he is so psychotic. He said, I can make an F-cam chop like that. I said, you can make an F-cam chop like a 1401 compression, solid roller cam, 500 cubic inch small block Ford? He goes, yeah, no problem. Or 460 cubic inch small block Ford. I go, right, boom, F-cam Rizzy, he was born. These guys are killers. Please be careful who you fuck with. 1320 Sus Racing, 1320, that's us. It's great. Turvy looking like he's sponsored by Bud Light. We trained him wrong on purpose. It's a joke. If you weren't going to change it, fine. But to text you, the nerve. So the only person that has my number because he's texted me before when he needs something, and again, not in an offensive way, has been Garrett Mitchell, Cletus. And he must have been like, hey, do you know this Alejandro Flores character? I've never heard of him. I'm like, okay, that's fine if you've never heard of me. But like, if I was in the same position and I just started a show that nobody knew, I'd change the name. I'd be like, let's talk it shifting gears. Let's talk 1320 live, 1320 live, 1320 live stream, 1320 podcast. But talking shift to get to scrape some of the SEO. Come on, stop it. I've been doing it for 5 years. Turvy put up the electric wiring mounted on his trees. Turvy has nothing to lose. He'll be the second to last thing you see before the end. Cage is rated for 65 miles an hour. The roast. Why is Turvy catching strays? Kyle cries everything he sees. The LeBron snitch party like Diddy. Oh, wow, I don't know. You went into the Matrix. Don't threaten me with a good time, says Drake. Borges Garage says, should I pull the MTV out of the motor pool? Should I pull the MTV out of the motor pool with the gen set and JP medium to establish our, I don't know what he's talking about. He installs the battery terminals with a sledgehammer. Turvy is the explosive vest bomber. Alex's junk started hard. Alex's junk stayed hard after getting that text. Bro, come on. I am at my best when there's pressure applied. Hey, yo! Oh. So when I saw that, I said, no way. Come on, man. Do you think because you have millions of subs that you have some kind of... Do you think this gives you power over me? Wait. Hold on. Bane. Do you think this gives you power over me? Hold on. Bane. Power over me. And this gives you power over me? Wait.
Speak of the devil. Leave us.
No.
Hold on. There it is.
Do you feel in charge?
I've paid you a small fortune.
This gives you power over me?
I can't do it because I don't have a deep voice. And this gives you power over me? Like, do you guys think there is a direct correlation between your subs and your influence? Again, if you play the game of like, I got 200,000 subs, Alex only has 78,000, that I have more influence over him. Oh, you are sadly mistaken. That is not how influence works. Because I have 70-something thousand soldiers on my shit. You have casual watchers that just click your shit and watch it when something comes up. And I'm not one of those guys that makes money off of other people's misfortunes. Let's talk about that. Because 1320 wouldn't be 1320 without people almost losing their lives crashing. Am I right? When you see a great drag race, you go, cool. But some of their most highly watched videos are crashes. People almost dying. You are a peddler of potential close calls, right? That the racing, like if you watch one of their shows or channels or races and it's just straight up racing, nobody almost crashes and it's just a fun time, it don't get that many views because you got to go up against every other guy that does some kind of similar thing. But when it's like, we almost died, man. And then it's like the thumbnail is a car upside down about to crash. I'm not peddling in someone's almost death. That's weird. That person probably almost lost their life and had a life-changing moment, traumatizing them, only for you to capitalize on it because you have a press badge. And this guy has $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 in his car and almost dies. And what blows me away is that racers think that they're going to become rich by getting on 1320. You're not going to get rich. They're going to get rich, especially if you almost fucking die. So don't talk to me about influence. Don't talk to me about whatever. People watch your shit to watch other people almost lose their cars on a race. People watch this shit to get up on game on Ford shit. Like, totally different audience. They would have been better off just ignoring and moving along, but they done fucked up. They think they can do it because they have more subscribers. Probably they doubt the Emory 1320 versus Alex. Here we go. Turvy is basically their audience. Mouth breathers unite. All they had to do was Google it. They can always call it banging second. We know that doesn't mean gears. Oh, man. If they can change the name quickly, they might be in good graces for the Emory. I gave them until Friday. And they're probably at Texas 2K doing stuff. But you don't think the word gets around? Please, the word gets around. Don't let us call the Terminator. Gotta jump. Have a good night. General Flores. Say when. You got it, sir. If anyone asks anyone tech questions for the rest of the show, they're getting banned. Turvy looks at the weld and they break. Alex, more torqued right now than Diddy on Epstein's Island. Do you think 1320 guys eat each other's elote the long way? Oh no, the monitor shut up. I gotta wait. There it is. I bet $5 and I lost deal. It's too obvious of an answer. SEAL Team F bitches for F Cam Rizzy Bane. These dudes don't know Canelo. Speak of the devil and he shall appear. Do you feel in charge? Do you feel in charge? We should send in Turvy to apply for a job at 1320. 3.6 million subs, 35,000 views on the podcast. Imagine, what is that in percentage? Where we have 76,000 and we get about 6 or 7,000 after a week? Totally different. And guess what's going to happen? This is what all of those look, you're seeing it. You're seeing it live and in charge right now. In the car space, you don't get views unless you have Cletus on, right? You see people just popping up channels and the title is, I raced Cletus. Cletus. I went to lunch with Cletus. I smelled Cletus's underwear. I shook Cletus's hand. Cletus looked at me. Cletus yells at me. I live close to Cletus. Look at, so every car space is highly tied to that. Live by the sword, die by the sword. So what's going to happen when the podcast goes from 35,000 to 25,000 to 15,000, right? Boom! Have Cletus on. Hey, how'd you start your thing? Well, I was skiddly derping one time and I was like, hey, why don't I act like a dumb hick and get... And then the views go up. Look at what happened to... Look at the damage that occurred to Steve Morris's credibility. I actually was watching Steve Morris before the whole Cletus stuff, and I actually thought the guy was knowledgeable, right? And I thought, man, this guy, he's teaching me a lot, carburetor stuff specifically. And then I see he's posting a lot of the L's. Then Cletus got involved with him with the Steve Morris, whatever the hell, SMX. And then it became clickbait, and those YouTube style of videos. And I went, okay, I lose interest. I want to learn something. YouTube is a learning platform. That's why physics videos do well. That's why astronomy videos do well. That's why SpaceX stuff does well. That's why NASA space flight does well. You're learning. But the moment you're just skiddly derping and then, glomming off of a certain person to like prop up your stuff, it just becomes like noise after a while. And this is probably one of the few shows that does not reference skeetily derp stuff. And again, good for him. He's doing really well, but I just don't want to be in that wavelength. Just something to prove my loyalty to the Emory. I kept my promise to become a Toting member, Cobra 460. Thank you so much for becoming a member. That's how the Emory is going to actually grow, by actually paying a monthly nut, getting a little logo next to your shit, and you're officially in the Emory. Look, we got EPA members here. Those guys, what are the ranks when it comes to the Army, Navy, Air Force, whatever? when you're like the fourth highest from a private, right? Like 4 levels, because EPA, a EPA tag on your name, you're basically a fucking sergeant, or I don't know how it goes. You guys are gonna have to tell me. 1320 video, his boyfriend said their favorite thing to do is kayaking on their dates, and let that sink in, Alex. They hate the flow through. You 1320 video loves kayaking. Please let that not be true. You know, they clean that elote from all sides with one bite. Are you not entertained? 10% of the audience, damn. 1320 means inches. Sending Turvy to apply would actually be smart. He could fuck up. he could fuck up everything from the inside. Oh, I thought we had a text. Damn, I thought we had a text. I thought we were gonna talk some shit. Okay, so all park, drop trailer, going to get food. So John and Junior made it safely to TX2K. So you will be seeing the Grey Goose make some passes sooner than later. Nice to see. Guarantee when people search up Talking Shift, more results for your show will pop up than for leading more viewers to your channel. We could do it live. Let me see. Talking Shift. It's country music. Oh, it has to be a hashtag, right? Let's see. Talking Shift. It does, like, nothing comes up. It comes up with Trump for some reason. There's another one that's an old one that's critical care now, refractory hypoxemia. Then you got actually Big Chief. But I wonder why the Talking Shift thing. Now, if you do Talking Shit, I wonder if theirs shows up. Let me see Talking Shit. Oh, no, it's like rap songs. Yeah, it's literally rap songs. So, yeah, it doesn't translate to the car space. But if you Google it, it might be different. But again, it's one letter off. So it's like, really, guys? Like, really, you're going to do that? Oh, yours is a curse word, so it's totally different. Got it. No problem. I almost rather they didn't take it down because it just prolongs the war. And you know what happens when you prolong the war? You make more money. Salutes to you, General. Thank you very much. Lance Criminal, JD, reporting for the Emory. Master Chief, La Luz, en casa. 4th level would be Sergeant. 4th on the moderator level would be like a captain or a major. Okay, good, because I don't know anything about that stuff. Sergeant, Specialist. E5 Sergeant. Okay, so apparently YouTube school was better than real school. So apparently if you have an EPA logo on your thing, on this channel, you are the equivalent of a sergeant. Cletus says, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to talk shit on him. Terry Day says, oil down the track the first 10 minutes at sick week while 395 of us waited on day 1. Yeah, so so that's kind of like one of those things that I kind of cringe at. Okay. Cages. None of those cars had cages, right? But they allowed them to go 990 all the way until the end, right? And then at the end they said you're only going to do an 8th mile pass. But 5 out of how many tracks? Five days. So 4 out of 5 days you let a El Camino with a lap belt make a low 10, high 9 second pass, right? That thing is a potato chip. It's a potato chip. So every track is now pressured to appease that camp, and also ignore the danger side of things. Hey, this is a fucking potato chip without a cage. If you crash, who's liable? Who's liable if you allow junk to go down the track in an event for the sake of saying it's kind of cool to have junk go down the track? If you and I go to a track that is IHRA or NHRA, if you have an older vehicle, like older than 2014, I think, you have to have a cage in it if it goes 11s. If it's a convertible, you got to have a cage in it if it goes quicker than 14.0, I think. Maybe they revised the rules. But I think up to a certain year, 2014 and newer, you do not need a cage in the car, and you could go up to a 150 mile an hour pass or a 9.0 in the quarter mile. All of those cars that they had during their cheap car challenge or whatever it was were potato chipped old cars, except Ty's Mustang. So I was like, okay, that favoritism can actually bite you in the ass at the end of the day. That's where I get a little weird about rules, because rules for thee, not for me, shit doesn't fly. Everybody should get equal treatment, but we know how it is. We all know how it is. You want them to attend the event? Let him go down the track without a cage. Okay, not a problem. Not a problem. In the Army, an E4 can be a corporal or a specialist. E5 and up, E9 are sergeants. Nothing comes up, unfortunately. Resistance is futile. Shadow ban confirmed. Nice. We are much more like the E4 Mafia. We are, gotcha, specialists. 1320 touching shafts won't last a year. Look, I want their podcast to do well, just not with that name. Because I established a very extremely... Now, if you were not making money, meaning it was free and not monetized, I don't care. I don't care. But again, I didn't trademark it. I don't own it, but it's just the right thing to do. Do you know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be a corporal, though. Let's be real. Sham shield all the way. Without beater bomb, they wouldn't be relevant years ago. As you said, gaining fame off of other people being interesting or having accidents. Name a car that anyone at 1320 has that fucking straight flies. I think he had an Audi, but he had the Audi way after the channel was successful. So these guys were going around meets, parking lots, and then hopping in cars, sniffing the seat beforehand. Hey, you look pretty good. Can I sniff the seat? What? I just want to sniff it after you get out because, you know, yeah, I'm going to get in this one. It's musty. And then you go out and race, and then what happens? A crash happens, and you grab it on film. And you, oh shit, oh my God, are you okay? Now, what would have happened if 1320 video is at a meet or a list race or some kind of cash days, right? And then a guy flips, right? Head flies off, torso gets torn apart. What then? Are you gonna go, oh, holy shit, this is real, right? Are you gonna then just blur it? Man, this guy got, oh man. Hey guys, man, that was the craziest night of street racing I've ever done. Like, this guy's Fox body hit the pole, his fucking body split in half. Head flew off and everything. Eyeball here, tooth there, pinky ring over there. Shit was crazy. All right, guys, buy the merch. Make sure you buy the shirts. We're going to have a shirt with that guy's bloody splatter all over. Have you no shame? Profiteering off of other people's build? Now, I get it. The people that build the car want to be seen. They want to have notoriety. They want the fame. But you're not going to get famous. The guy filming is. So, there was one thing one time that I thought was actually very interesting, and it happened. and it happened TX2K 2014 or 2014. So at that time, Drew owned Mexico Racing League. Drew had an issue with the yellow Mustang on Street Outlaws. What's the guy's name? Skinny guy. Mustang guy. Shit. What's his name? It's not Sean. Who is the guy with the yellow SN Mustang, small block board, big single, fast car? He had an issue with one of the Mexico Racing League guys. And before I say the story, I want to find out who it is, so because I don't want to get it fucked up. Because I actually saw the post on Facebook, Boosted GT. Thank you. Shout out to Boosted. So back when Drew owned Mexico Racing League, he ended up saying, you know what? You film my car all the time racing and you post it. How about I don't give you permission to post it? And I thought, can he do that? Can he do that? Because let's say you're at a meet and you don't give a fuck about the internet. You're one of these Louisiana guys. You go to the freaking oil rig, you do your thing, and then you come home and then you're just at peace. And then you build up your car and you go racing and you just want to take people's money. So you're out there and some guy shows up with a big honking fucking camera in his shit so that he can make money off of your hard work. And you don't care about notoriety. You don't care about fame. So when he said, how about I don't give you permission to film my car anymore? I thought to myself, I sat back and I went, he actually has a point. He actually has a point. I get it. You're out in public. You can film whatever. But I think there's a case to be made that if you show Boosted GT's car, Beater Bomb's car, and those cars make your channel pop, those guys have to get a cut. Those guys have to get a cut. The guys that want me to put their car on, they don't care about glory. They just want people to look at their car. But you and I both know that if any of my videos go viral, dumb, like, oh shit, this thing made $10,000. You don't think I'm going to flick something over here to this guy? The owner? The guy that spent $70,000, $80,000? Or in some cases, $400,000? I know it sounds crazy, but look, some of these guys have big, stupid operations. So if your video pops because of a race that they did, or the car flipped, or let's just say the car, you don't help out? I don't know. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. You got to look into that kind of behavior. Yeah, everyone's talking about Boosted GT. I haven't seen much of him. I loved that yellow car. I think that car was the perfect car right before it gets crazy. Like the build, once a build runs quicker than like 750 or 740 in the quarter, or like way into the fours in the eighth, like a sub 430. I think it's irrelevant in terms of like capability of building it at that capacity, because the Lunds have a 430 car, and that's a $200,000 plus car. Anything in the public is free recording. Stop it, Jackpot Jen. Stop it. You and I both know, if I am putting in all of the effort to make this happen, and you simply film it, and you make all the money off of my hard work, and I see none of that money, you know someone's going to be asking for something. No, if you're out in public, you have no expectation of right. Ken McAllister, you don't understand. You're not listening. You're not the type of guy that should be in the Emory. You're not the type of guy, because you're not the... Wait, if he's making money... Okay, sorry. See, that's why I get a little ahead of myself. I should have read the whole thing. If you're out in public, you have no expectation of right to privacy and can be recorded. If he's making money of what's recorded, paying him is the right thing to do. I apologize. See, I got ahead of myself. So that's what I mean. If 1320 Video started really getting after it off of recording one type of person, and that person wasn't getting any money from the show, but they were getting fame and stuff, Beater Bomb all of a sudden made his own channel. So let's talk. Let's say Beater Bomb shows up at an event, and he's got his own camera crew. And then 1320 goes up to his face, and I think he should say, I don't give you permission to film me because I got my own thing going on. Boy. Now, 1320 can simply say, like they said to me, fuck you, buddy. I'm going to do it anyway. And that would not be illegal, but it would be not the right thing to do. But let's say in a multiverse, right, in a completely different situation, Beater Bomb actually invests thousands of dollars in camera equipment, thousands of man hours in editing, thousands, and he's got people, and he's like, I want to pop off. I'm going to invest in me, and I want to pop off because I put a lot of work in, I got a lot of street knowledge, and I want to make sure that people out there see the kind of work that I put in, and I want them to get to know me a little bit, so I'm going to invest in myself and equipment to let my story be known. And then 1320 goes up to your face and starts popping off about some dumb shit, and then they post it before you. Cletus does it, if I'm not mistaken. Cletus actually goes out of his way to tell people, if you're at a testing tune that I'm at, and you release a video of my pass before I do, he actually mentions something. If I'm not mistaken, have you guys heard of a guy that records at Bradenton? All he does is record at Bradenton. And he actually goes out of his way, when Cletus comes up and he's recording live, he takes it and goes, okay, I'm not going to record this because, hey, he's in public, but there's a respect factor that says, hey, maybe I'm not going to get ahead of him because he's got this $1 million operation, and I'm not just going to show up with a piece of shit cell phone and get the views. Cletus runs 650s for the first time in his Corvette. Grab the SE, and then Cletus is like, well, what, bro? That's my shit. What? Maybe it's not illegal, but it's morally incorrect to do. So that'll be a very interesting thing. Look at what happens to John Doc. Look at what happens to the other guy who does pro mod stuff. What's his name? I'm sorry, I'm blanking. He used to be on Street Outlaws. He has a Lexus grudge car. Swanstrom, right? Let's say Swanstrom shows up and 1320 video, 6 cameras in his face. He might be like, I'm good. I got my own thing going on. Appreciate it though. Appreciate it. You can film it all you want. But the story is going to be written by me, edited by me, and uploaded by me so that I can get the money. I don't know. Call me crazy. Maybe there'll be a boycott of people talking to 1320 video because why give them free shit? Unless you want to be famous. I get that. Someone actually copied 1320's merch style and they were pissed and sued the people. Jackpot Jen, Street Alpha Podcast. Look at what happened to Street Alpha Podcast. He's done a podcast style. Shout out to Tukes. Street Alpha Podcast goes out there, does a very unique style of editing and questioning and filming. And then GoSoft goes and literally rips it like 1-to-1. Doesn't even the editing style. So you're like, I would understand again, he can't do anything about it. But what's the right thing to do? It's a professional courtesy, but wouldn't have any legal backing. Exactly. Joe Jackson, Alex, your logic is spot on. 1320 should just do the right thing and change the name. It's the right thing to do. You would actually have my respect. You would actually have a little bit of respect where I'm just like, you know what? It's a good idea to maybe... Bro, I'm getting sent stuff already. Rich Prince, would there be an issue you making shirts like this? And then Emory at the bottom? This has to be the Emory uniform. You know what I mean? Shannon Dugan, shout out to you. So it's the right thing to do. And if they don't want to do the right thing, nothing wrong with that. I've gone to war before. It's all good. Y'all should do a race. Whoever can drive his ZR1 or C5Z versus your manual, whoever wins, get both channels, but he can't drive worth a shit. Come on. No, I'm a shift away from my channel. I'm good. Real late, leaving a like. Michael Hadziki. Hey, man, you might want to look into another computer. This one's great, but I want something baller. They would have to prove damages because of loss of use. What's legal and what's right does not always intersect. Peter Baum and Kyle are very close friends. That's too bad. But I guess, it worked together. I get it. But I'm giving you an example. Like if Swanstrom, who invested in equipment, John Dock invested in equipment, people that want their own story to be told by their editors and their people catching the videoing. I don't want 1320 talking to me. Like if I go to a track and what's done to this car? No offense. Leave me alone. Guess what happens now? Okay, let's talk about that. If you don't want your car featured on 1320 video, you simply don't talk to them. Right? Hey, man, nice car. Thanks, man. What's done to it? Nah, I don't want to talk about it. Oh, grudge racer, right? No, I don't want to talk to you about it. I don't want to give you guys a story. No offense. I didn't see this little tech card. Nowhere here does it say that I have to talk to 1320 video. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate you covering it. You can cover the run, but I'm not going to tell you the engine combo. I'm not going to talk to you because what happens? Then the story is over. The story is over before it starts. Let's say, for example, you have a Billy badass car at a drag and drive. Let's say you have a top 5 contender. And then you get, they come up to you to interview you and you're like, nope, no, I'm good. I'm concentrating on my racing this weekend. I don't need to talk to anybody. Please. Thank you. Appreciate it. Have fun. I'm just not looking to talk, right? You said it in a respectful fashion. You don't want to talk. Now they don't know your engine combo. They don't know your name. They don't know nothing. But they are forced to cover the winner and let's say you win the event and not have any information on the winner, right? Then that means, shit, we don't have a story to tell. We don't have anything to make a beginning, middle, and an end to make a story happen. But there are people that are more than happy to talk to the camera, and I get that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is this. You built that car. You built that car. And if you invest in time and money to tell your own story and you want to capitalize, meaning make money, on your hard work and effort, I wouldn't give it away for free to anybody. Call me crazy. Fame or clickbait thumbnails, no condom can protect us from the clips we're all about to see. That's crazy. I could figure out that's crazy. I would figure if you're filming and on the same note, riding on the cars that actively racing, there should be something illegal there. They're partaking in illegal activities. Make that motherfucking shirt now. It's just a Diddy-o. Damn, Emory works fast. Do it. This goes hard. It does go hard. Street Alphas podcasts are solid W's. LuTube TV is the one that always live streams at Bradenton and has to blank when Garrett comes up. Why does LuTube TV blank when Garrett comes up? Professional courtesy, right? Hey man, do me a favor. Don't be filming my car going down the track because, I want to make sure that I get first dibs on it. Why are you talking like that? You're from Bradenton. Oh shit, sorry, I was still in character. Just don't film it, man. Please, I just want to tell my own story. Bada bing, bada boom. Losing in the court of public opinion is what matters the most. Unless you crash, then it's fair game to be drug across the internet thumbnails. Kyle in a yellow suit behind the tree, rubbing his hands, looking at talking shit. Oh, that is so good. That is so good. Like the Indian guy with the gold after naming my podcast Talking Shift. Oh, it's great. Funny part is 1320 has a video on my car, says Narnia Mercado. Never watched 1320 that much. Just seems shifty that all they capitalize on your hard work, crashes, and blow-ups. I'm watching from the beginning. So excited to hear about this situation. So sus guy should pay us for an interview? They don't sign a release because it's not public. Let's talk about that. When you go to a track, that is not a public event. That is a private event. You have to pay to get in. The sidewalk is public. A park is public. But the moment you have to pay to get into something, it is now private. So if you are in a drag and drive or Texas 2K, you paid to get in there. You have a wristband. If you don't have the credentials, you simply don't get in. You get escorted out. Oh shit, what happened to this? Oh, thank God. Whew. I was wondering where the other one was. So they technically are filming in a private event. So you can say, I'm not going to give you a release to film me. Why? This is not public property. This is private property. I paid to get in here. The moment I go outside, that's private. That's public property. You can film all you want in the public. But when you go into an event that has you have wearing credentials to be in it, technically, they should be asking for releases from everybody they film in order to post it and monetize it on their channel. Am I right, guys? Or am I way off on that? And if I'm way off on that, explain to me why I'm off. Because if I rent out the track, let's say I rent out Orlando Speed World, and I said I want the track all to myself. How much? $5,000. Here's $5,000. And I bring 10 of my closest friends. And then 1320 Video just happens to, I hear burnouts. Let's go over there. And they just walk in the fence because it's a rental. They don't really enforce entries. And they start filming. Whoa. Don't be filming. This is a private test session. Why are you here? Texas 2K is private. Drag and drives are private at the track. So if you get filmed by 1320 Video at an event and you don't want it released, or if they are filming, you're going to say, you're going to need my permission to film that. This is not public because of the credentials and the money I had to pay to get in here. It is now not public property anymore, and all those rights go away, in my opinion. What channel are they copying? They thought he was racing it. Even if you take this show out of the mix, Talking Shift is a terrible name. Side note, I love how confident Tukes has become on camera. Yeah, he's come into his own and he's built something special, and I'm really happy for him. He's done a really good job on that podcast. He asked me to do it again. I said, absolutely. We just have to get together on a time. Join the Patreon and getting ready to order the hat over the Rich Prince to support the cause. Just play copyright music all the time so they can't interview you. Let me copy your homework. I won't make it too obvious. By the way, we're going live next Tuesday. Exactly. Burning 1320 shit on Insta stories and tagging them? No, because you bought it. If you bought it, they already got your money, so it doesn't make sense to burn any of their stuff. I wouldn't suggest any of that. Only ever watch a handful of 1320 videos. They talk way too damn much in the 30 seconds of 5 different shots on the same 60 foot. That's why I like Can I Be Frank? He just does drops, shit, and dips. Can I Be Frank's channel is the best racing channel. This is why 1320 got popular. TX2K. They go to TX2K, they film the street shenanigans, and they got big. And then they're like, all right, let's go to tracks. Okay, let's cover drag and drives, right? So TX2K, highly illegal activity, and meets is what they got famous for. Now I know their name. It's like, bro, as a fan, I don't want to know your name. As a fan, I just want to see the cars race. I want you to shut up and put on the bottom Mustang, Vortec, E85, Motec versus Camaro, Big Block, Twin 88s, Meth. Not like, hey man, what'd you feel when you let go of the trans brake? Half of these guys can't talk. Have you seen racers talk? Racers race for a reason because they can't talk for shit. You probably only need a release from the property owner. You're not wrong. You're probably not wrong. Like when the Vanilla Ice tried to explain how he didn't rip off Queen's bass line, right? It's not dun 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 dun. It's dun 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 dun. No. That's the Queen under pressure. Dun 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 dun. No. Ice Ice Baby is dun 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 dun. Oh, fuck. Case closed. You win. Kevin Van Voris was arrested over an old video that they thought he was street racing in. Why has it not happened in 1320 yet? Stop. If the organizers allow you to have a press pass, everything should be fair game minus the interviews. They're typically invited to the event by a promoter, and many times they may be the exclusive coverage that has been mentioned in events in the past. But as an individual, you are not forced to talk to them, right? If they hired me as the media for that event, you are consenting to being filmed by entering the event. Exactly. So if in the card it says, we retain all the rights. But wait a minute. That don't make no, stop. That's bullshit. Because I've gone to Texas 2K. I've videoed. I've made the story of how Lund Racing came to be and came in second. I didn't need anyone's permission. So I think that one doesn't hold water. Will you get more personal in the next podcast or talk more on the industry? None. Alex, your podcast with Street Alpha was one of his most viewed, and it just goes to show people don't want to hear bullshit info. Okay, let's do that. So I was wondering, because don't get me wrong, we all like to be liked. But so Street Alpha podcast, they talk to people that know their stuff. And generally, and they had me on and we talked Coyote stuff. Now, one of the craziest things, this is
coming in self-funded.
This is where we talk about influence. This is where we talk about influence, okay? Adam LZ has probably millions of views, right? Let's look up YouTube Adam LZ. He probably has 3.49 Adam LZ. Adam LZ, here we go. Oh, Jesus. 3.81 million subscribers. Adam LZ. Adam LZ's 3 weeks ago, 193,000 views. So I'm like, wait a minute. I'm kind of confused because, he has way more views. Look at mine. 360,000. Like, and why? Right. Why do you think 2-3? That's a bad look. Why do you think 360,000 views? Why do you think it has 1,069 comments? Is because I dropped knowledge in a palatable way. So subscribers versus influence, there it is right there. When we talk about subscribers versus influence, it's not even close. I'm telling you, there is something to be said about knowledge, fact-based things, palatable content, and relatable content. And just because you have more subs than me does not mean you are more influential than me. And again, I'm not trying to get on a power trip. But what I'm saying is this. There is something to be said about speaking the truth without clickbait, without referencing notes, based on your knowledge and experience that people love to absorb. And then you watch a guy who drifts but has a lot of views. A lot of people are not looking to learn about his story or learn about what platform is he going to talk about. He has rotaries, he has 2Js, he has RBs, he has everything. But people go, well, you drift. So we're just talking to a drifter right now. And maybe you know a lot about a little things, but you're not the master of any of those. Whereas when it comes to the Coyote platform, generally, I tend to know more than most. Adam LZ started way long ago too. Exact 1300 has been a joke for years. They interviewed guys making 2,000 horsepower and they trapped 145 in the quarter. I don't even know who Kyle 1320 is. I'm not even subscribed to his channel. Go to an event that they are at and just blast Diddy clip on repeat. Everyone rips off everyone. Now let's push Can I Be Frank's channel. Steal viewers from 1320. Shout out Bukake Tuned. Okay. Droopy Ball says that's the face Kyle made when he saw the Emory was on him. 3 times more views than any next Mustang guest. So they can't say it's just because of that. I'm more than happy to help out Street Alpha Podcast, and the reason being is he came correct. You know what I mean? He humble, nice, Dude, the guy had no ride. The guy had no ride here. He took the train here. So I said, all right, I'll pick you up. I picked him up in the caddy, put all of his equipment in his trunk. I called Jake at Power by the Hour. I said, Jake, I need your spot. I'm not going to film in my shitty garages. Cool. Set up. Jake helped me set up some motors. Set up the motors. And then we set up, did the interview for 3 hours. You could have gone on for another 3 hours. I said, we'll do part 2 another time, but let this, soak in. And tons of people came over to Lund Racing because they found out I worked there. And they're like, bro, I saw you on Street Alpha, learned about you, and I wanted to be tuned by you. And I'm like, hey, all of us at Lund can tune the same, but I appreciate you saying that. That's how I found you. Very knowledgeable, Pod. And I'm a Eurocar dude. Chuck Stern says subscribers can mean that someone went down a rabbit hole and binged some videos, but doesn't mean that they're still watching. Street Alpha brought me here, says Nicolo Pamplone. Put a hand up if Street Alpha brought you here. Please do me a favor, guys. The Emory, if you're an Emory member and you became an Emory member, put up a hand if you saw me on Street Alpha. And that's the reason you started to follow me, because of the stuff that I said about the Coyote platform on Street Alpha Podcast. And again, let's recap what happened today. Today, I talked about the fact that 1320 Video started a podcast called Talking Shift. And I didn't say anything about it. The owner of 1320 Video, Kyle Loftus, texted me, don't know how he got my number, and said, hey, there's a thing going around saying that I didn't know that our show very closely resembles the name of your show. Just know that I didn't do it on purpose. I simply said a name change would be appreciated. I'm going to cover it. I'm cover it now. I'm right here. I'm going to cover it. I'm going to cover his number right there. A name change would be appreciated, as I've had my live stream for 5 years, and it's probably the only consistent live stream that is car related at all. It's been named Talking Shit for 5 years. He then said, I don't think a name change is necessary. And I'll put that up here just so you guys don't think I'm lying. Okay. I literally zoomed it way up. He goes, I don't see the need to change it. They aren't the same name. You edit yours because it's a curse word. Talking Shift Podcast versus Talking Shit live streams on Tuesdays. I said, okay, if that's how you want to handle this, sounds good. So just know that I'm not lying. I'm not looking for clickbait. They reached out to me. They started this. I'm simply saying you got till Friday to change the name. You don't change the name. I'm not going to tell the Emory to do anything. If I just don't tell them to hold, they'll just be, probably spamming your shit. That's all. They'll probably be like, hey, fuck you, whatever. But you're just going to have to work overtime deleting comments on your shit. That's all. And I'm not asking you guys to do anything personal. Don't do stupid shit. But we're going to have shirts made as long as there's no legal ramifications, and richprince.com can absolutely help me on that. I received a bunch of emails while on the show from Rich Prince. So I wanted to see what's happening here. Oh my God. Look, I got 3 new people that joined the Patreon. So again, if you want to join the Patreon or become a member of this show, we're going to support the ever living shit out of this so that we can make sure, look, people are just sending caps, and people are just buying caps and stuff. Why are they buying caps? Did I buy caps for people? Oh, yes. I bought some stuff for a giveaway. I got to sign some stuff, so I was wondering what was going on. So yeah, that's what happened. 1320 Video decided to literally mimic the name by one letter of this Talking Shit live stream. Again, I asked them nicely to take it down. They said no problem. They don't take it down by Friday. The Emory, who has reported for duty, is here to do some stuff. So look at the people that became members because of Street Alpha Podcast. Sonic, Fufu Dan, Connor, Shade, 5150 Capri, J Alvey, OEM minus, RIK VWT, Golden, Sean, Porsche Volky brought me here, IC, and that's about it. So about 10 people or so that became members because of the Street Alpha Podcast. All right, guys, keep your eyes peeled on Patreon and the show. We'll do another show Thursday. We'll see if by Thursday they have removed the name or deleted the live stream, or at least edited the name of the channel and show and thumbnail to reflect something else than Talking Shit. Because as far as I know, they have waged war on this channel and the Emory. And if they knew that I have a Nardi Mercado and a Slow 99 on my team, they would absolutely think twice about that. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you very much. Emory, guys, Hold. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Have a good rest of your night. I'll see you guys on Thursday.